Hello and welcome to Proof Listeners 102, how to find things to proof listen and how to report your results. So you'd like to try a bit of proof listening, right? Well, great. The first place to start would be in the Librivox forums, in a particular forum called Listeners and Editors Wanted. Notice that all of these projects or topics have listeners wanted in their title. Listeners wanted, things like that. Which means that this is a place where projects that need proof listeners advertise that they need some. Now notice that this one here has a C in front of it. This indicates that it is completed and it's waiting for people to listen to things. The rest of them, an IP, means it's still in progress. We try to give priority to those that are completed and waiting for proof listening. But you'll notice that if you click on this one, it is Ecce Homo by Friedrich Nietzsche. And if you notice that it is looking for the level of WordPerfect proof listening. Now, normally we're not talking about WordPerfect here. What I've been talking about is your standard proof listening. But let's pretend that this is a standard proof listening. You'll notice that there are three sections which need to be PL'd, which is short for proof listener. The first one here, section 4, is 70 minutes and 43 seconds long. Section 5 is 36 minutes. Section 6 is 32 minutes. Say we would want to proof listen section 6. Now you don't actually post anything in this forum. To offer to proof listen, you would go to the topic right here, which is the link to the topic. First of all, you will look to see if anyone has already offered to proof listen to section 6. Well, no, I'm at the last one here, and it looks like section 3, so that would be fine. You would post a reply and say, I would like to proof listen section 6. There we go. Click submit. And then you would go back to the first page, find the section that you want to proof listen. Now, the quickest and easiest thing to do is simply to click on the link here titled Listen. Now, on my computer, that opens up an automatic window inside the magic window and starts playing the section, and I could listen to it, which I am right now. But you can't hear it, but I'm listening to it. You would write down your notes if there were any and send them in. Now, if you don't want to listen to it in QuickTime, then you can download the section to listen to on some other device, which I normally do. I right-click and go to Save Link As. And what this opens up is I have a special folder called Proof Listening and Read Text where I save everything. And it will start downloading it to that one. When I am proof listening, I simply open that particular file in my Audacity and follow along so that I can note the exact times and whenever there are problems or notes to be made. I listen using the guidelines in the PL FAQ. That's the Proof Listening FAQ, and that should be on every first page for your information. Also note that on the Listeners and Editors Wanted page, there is a sticky labeled, please read this before posting, Listeners and Editors FAQ. It's to the same site, but it's very good information for you to read. When you're finished your proof listening, go back to the topic and post a reply saying something like, Section 6 PLOK, 6, there we go. Or if there were problems, you would say Section 6 P, I want to put 7 in there, don't I? PL notes. Long silence at 12:33. REPEAT. Repeat at 32:12. He entered to give the reader something to look for so when he goes back and fixes it, which he or she will, and so forth. After posting this, you would click submit, The reader will make the corrections and re-upload the file and post a response saying something like Section 6 corrections made, and in their post they will put the link to the new ones. You should always spot check the problem areas to see if everything has been corrected, and then you would post a reply saying Section 6 PLOK. Now, a note about our postings: Librivox is not into criticism of any type unless a reader specifically asks for it. This is just our policy, and it has proven itself over and over as the best policy. So when posting proof listening problems, it is always wise to keep strictly to the areas mentioned, such as silences, noises, volume, and avoid any mention of style. Now, you may volunteer to listen to an entire book if you wish. This is a great help to any project because it means the readers will get prompt attention to their sections and the whole thing just moves along more quickly. You also get to listen to a whole book instead of just random chapters. A DPL is given authority to enter their comments directly into the magic window. And believe me, any of the projects in Listeners Wanted would be glad to receive an offer of a DPL. And you can also look in New Projects Launchpad to volunteer for an entire book. This is the second volume or second video called Proof Listening 102, How to Find Things to Proof Listen and How to Report the Results. If you're interested in doing more technological proof listening, you can watch 103. Thanks a lot. This is Phil Chenevert, over and out.